Here we are back again, part two. We're on the Starship table of Flatband's Slingshot collection. And this is one I made over-the-top Starship. You put the bands over here, and you get those all this. This comes out to about, with my 29-inch drawer, I get like about a 41-inch drawer out of this thing. She sings, man. She can fly. And this is another one I had. I lowered the prong. This I had trouble. This was a nasty slingshot. I had trouble with this one. I tried it true to throat. I tried everything up until I finally mastered it, and it's a very accurate slingshot. I lowered the forks. You see how low they are to the bed, but I was banging. I was clanging shots off the bed and everything else. Everything with these Starships, you know, they're fun and they're powerful, but everything has to line up. When you're drawing these bands up, you got to line up with this frame and everything else. And watch this hump right here, and everything has to be in alignment. And with these here, they're stationary, so you have to make them. Now, if you go to now this is, like I said, this blue Skeens, beautiful design. Him and his friend came up with this one. That's the kind of blue Skeen shoots at the tournament. When he comes, he shoots this Starship here. And down here we got the Starship of Starships. This is Jack Kohler's, the guy that I was telling you about before that writes the book Slingshot Shooting. This is Jack Kohler's King Cat. Now this answers that. Remember what I was telling you about shooting a Starship and watching this hump over here? Excuse me. This one here answers that. He's got adjustments over here. You can adjust the cant of the Starship, how it hangs out, how it hangs on your wrist and everything else. You can adjust the throat. It has adjustments there. See what I'm saying right here? This, you can adjust the height of this. You can actually turn this back and forth. Wonderful thing. That compensates for you know, any kind of see, on these, the ones I got, you got to really watch out. And isn't that this? You can just adjust it after the first 2 or 3 times, and it'll take care of that. But tremendous slingshot Jack made right there. What do we got up here? Oh yeah, this is a Laser Hawk. This is Stealth. Great slingshot. I kind of modified this one because this little hump, again, this hump, you got to watch this hump. If you're shooting really low, you try to keep it low to the bed for stability. And the wrist brace gives you stability, but extra stuff. So I put foam rubber underneath here, and this thing shoots beautiful. Has little adjustments over there you can make. And this is another vintage slingshot right here. This is a Marksman Maxima. They don't make them anymore. Look at the extension on this thing. Fun. Here's a standard tool for a slingshot tester and a designer. This is a chronograph. Measures speed, feet per second. I think the highest speed right now is done by Torsten or Gamekeeper's Catapults. I think they're up 550, 570 feet per second, something like that. But the best I got was like 420. But then I gave up after that because it started getting a little bit hairy. This is, I always keep a couple of slingshots ready to be cut out. Keep them in my car because you never know when you have a spare moment, you cut one out. And I keep all my stuff with me. And over here, this is all ammo. Ammo cards from years ago, vintage from Saunders from the 70s and the 60s. And this, in fact, is from a pocket rocket. This was actually a shotgun shell. It's a little box you load BBs in, put it in your pouch, shoot it out. The box opens up, and you got like a shotgun blast. And there's 3/8 ammo, and this is all the different types of ammo. Steel ball. Steel ball is good for targets. Steel ball, you like targets. As marbles, short range work over there. These white marbles, tracer marbles, True Marks makes them. You can see where your shot's going, whether you're gripping the pouch too much, which would be evidenced by a curve or something like that when you shoot it. And these are over here. These are rubber balls. You know, you got cats in the neighborhood. You don't want to kill them. You don't want to hurt them. These are just rubber balls. Just give them a little quick kick in the butt, and they're on their way. These are paintballs. And this is what you want to do if you're going to hunt and you want to do it ethically. This is what you want to use. You want to use lead. That has the stopping power, and that's the ammo. That's all the ammo section in there. We got a ton of that. Let's get to some vintage stuff here. This is this True Mark. That is not really vintage, but I got them in no particular order. FXF foam, the fiber optic sight. What's great about this slingshot, it has the movable rotating prongs. Here's an old Marksman slingshot. Here's an old Arrow slingshot. There's a sling bow up here, sling bow slingshot from the 70s, late 60s, 70s. And like I said, I try to keep the boxes. I like. And this slingshot here is a German slingshot. This, to my knowledge, is the oldest still in production slingshot. This was done right after the World War II. I think it started. And Mel can correct me if I'm wrong. Mel from Slingshots of the World could correct me, but from the German forum, I think this is the oldest still in production slingshot now, and it's called a high power slingshot. And it's got little black square tubes on it. The square bands are very popular in Europe. This is a slingshot I picked up on eBay, and I don't even know what the name of it is. It's cast iron, painted in silver. There's no name on it, but it's an old one. It goes back a while. This is Whammo didn't not only made a regular double-slotted slingshot, they made a wrist slingshot, and this was their version. It was a Power Master wrist slingshot. And below that, famous Scope Shop, one of my favorite slingshots of all time. This is my original from when I was a kid, and right next to it is probably one of my probably the favorite one when I was growing up. This is a Killdeer. This is the actual one I had made, bought by with deposit bottles and shoveling snow and any other way I could get some money. Right next to it is his big brother, the Deer Slayer. The Deer Slayer came out first, and Carl Tinker decided, let's go for a smaller model, and then he went for the Killdeer. Wonderful slingshot. This is Sling-On from the 40s, late 40s, early 50s. Ammo was in the bottom. Flip it over, drop the ammo down. Little tin slingshot. NSA slingshot I made for Chief AJ for the National Slingshot Association. This is a Chinese version of a wrist brace slingshot. I think it's called the sharpshooter or sniper. And this is, I call this a pretzel slingshot. You see a lot of these now, Chinese slingshots around. And I call them a pretzel because they look like a pretzel. They're bent up. But Chinese love them. They shoot great and they're real accurate with them. And they got the Chinese tubes on the thin tubes. This is a slingshot you've seen in the 60s. Everybody copied the Whammo. Everybody wanted to get on the bandwagon. You see these in 5 and dime stores. John's Bargain Store, little Woolworths 5 and dime stores, 10 cents, little from Japan and from Hong Kong. Here's a slingshot from a pen. There's a pen in there, and I had to have it, so they sent me it. This is a Powerflex slingshot. I got one here, and then I got another one over here. This is another little tiny slingshot I found on eBay, and these things here, I used to get them in pinball machines, little prizes. They have a little slingshot in them. This is a Thailand slingshot from Thailand, and they use this natural rubber. Smells to all creation, but it's good stuff, real natural, nothing refined on that. This is a replica of the first slingshot I ever made, made out of a coat hanger. That's what we used to do in the city here. Make them out of coat hangers, school rubber bands, and a shoe tongue for a pouch. This is a little David slingshot, and on it has Vulcan, which is synthetic rubber. That's found there. This is a little Oscar slingshot. Very heavy little slingshot. Solid thing, man. Some kind of, I don't know what it's made out of. Maybe a solid aluminum or some kind of alloy. Really heavy stuff. And this is a combo sling. Oh, this is a package of targets, original targets from General Sports, the guys that make Scope Shot. This is combo sling. This is my speed shooter that I made. This is all Robert Blair stuff. All different parts of combo sling. This is arrows that you can shoot at. This is an original Black Ninja combo sling. It's a wonderful platform for shooting arrows. In fact, next time we get together at the Long Island shoot, I'm going to do a video. We're going to shoot some arrows. I was never keen on it, but other guys know how to do it, so we'll put that in. We'll load them up. It's no big deal, but it's going to be fun. He gave me some blunts over here that won't destroy the targets, so got all the bands and everything. He really set me up. Robert, thank you very much. Wonderful guy. You ever want great tubes? I'll tell you what, these tubes last thousands of shots. I'm not lying. They just really go and go. Over here, original True Mark wrist rocket. This is mine from the 70s. I got a big old set of black Barnett band tubes on it. And below that is the first production ergo slingshot. This is called the Perfect Grip slingshot out of PA. And this was one of the first ergos right here. In fact, it was the first ergo. Some more of those Chinese dime store slingshots, sharpshooter. These are onesies. You go to vacation spots, you'll see these hanging in the windows of stores that you go into. It's a tourist slingshot. Everybody has them in all the states. This is a Bakelite slingshot from the 40s, a precursor to plastic. And over here is one out of Herta's, Case Gunworks. Herta's came out with this and used to distribute Herta's catalog. Herta's catalog is a great catalog, by the way. And this is an older slingshot, a wrist rocket. There's a wrist rocket there. So there's a story. Saunders and wrist rocket both went after this. So they both claimed things. So they decided to be nice about it. The Ellenbergs and Chuck Saunders. Saunders sold on one side of the country, and the Ellenbergs sold on the other side of the country, and everything was hunky-dory. But I think this is the WS. I think this was produced. This was Saunders, and I think this wrist rocket was True Mark. I'll get a call from Bill if I'm wrong, but but at any rate, it is. Everybody calls a wrist brace slingshot a wrist rocket. This is the wrist rocket. This is the classic wrist rocket, and everybody calls all these other ones, wrist rockets, but they're not. They're wrist brace. This is the wrist rocket. Over here this is one of the great slingshots of the world. This is a cat, a Weber cat, designed by Rodney Wolf, the Weber Tackle Company. Got the original box. Very lucky on this one. This is one I always wanted, and I picked this up on eBay. That's the original. That's think it's a Bobcat or a Wildcat. There was also a Lynx with a wood handle. But then there was a production model. I got this from Sherm. Never even knew about it. I guess it's a production model because it's different. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, and it's a different type of design. But I have to find more information on this. But I'll have to call my buddy Kent. He'll know. And over here we got a bunch of other wrist brace slingshots. The Power Master P51. One of my favorite ones of all time, Crossman Vortex. Look how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Gary, you're sick. The Pro Diablo. Great slingshot. I didn't like the tubes on it. I put flats on it, of course, and shoots really great, man. I customized this. I lowered the prongs a little bit, made them parallel. Another one of the best slingshots of all time, Falcon 2. This one I found, a buddy of mine found this in a garbage, all twisted up and all bent. I straightened it all out, and shoots great, man. I love finding something like that. I love finding wood in the garbage and stuff like that, and you fix them all up and they work. This thing looked like a pipe cleaner that was all twisted up. I mean, it looked like an S. And to make it rework again and everything else, great. This is a Bullseye slingshot, another one from the 60s, another Whammo clone. Everybody wanted to get on the bandwagon with the Whammos, so they all started copying them. This is Sure Shot slingshot. This was advertised in Field and Stream like in 1965, 67, I think. I picked up one. That's boxed. This one I found on eBay. I picked that up for a song. That's, I had them both. This is somebody sent me this, a Crossman ammo loader. And another one of them wireframe slingshots, wrapped up. Chinese used to copy them, put them in the 5 and dime stores. And over here we got a Loman, another copy of a Whammo type from the 70s, 60s, and 70s. This is a Lucan slingshot. You'll see these on eBay once in a while. Sometimes you'll see them shiny. Sometimes you'll see them with the black coat on the aluminum, but good slingshot. Powerline F16, Daisy. This is a Mulder's catapult. Mulder's catapult, an original one. Never shot. I just pulled it back and the band snapped on me, but this is the original pouch and everything else. Before that, it was the Hodge catapult. Mulder's bought the rights to it and produced Mulder's catapult. So I had the Hodge box. Somebody gave me a Hodge box. So I put this and this and boom, now I got the whole thing. So this is a Fireball Y8. They call it a Fireball Y8. Marksman produced this. Got the ammo thing. It got a little sight on the side of it. That's boxed, never opened. Hit a Strike 9 by Barnett. Another big old powerful slingshot, Night Stalker from the 80s from Las Vegas. Big old powerful slingshot, dual 3/4 inch gum rubber. Serious power on this one. This is a launcher slingshot by Copperhead. I think Copperhead was a division of Marksman. That's it right there. This is a Huck Finn Hummer slingshot. I got 2 of them. This one was mint. This has the bands on it. Never even used. And this one is an older one that had tape on it. Somebody did an over the top on this one, put tape around it because on the slotted slingshots, the rubber will climb up on you once in a while. So you put the tape around it and prevents that. Laser slingshot, PS52. No, this is a PS55, excuse me. I put flats on it, of course. And it's cool, but you shoot it differently. You don't shoot it like a regular slingshot. You hold it like near your chest. And you look through the sight, line it up, and once you get it tuned up, it's accurate. And not a bad slingshot. A little pricey, but not a bad slingshot. I think you can still get them. This is an automatic slingshot. You see these, you press the button, the BBs come down, and that's original, wrapped. Here's a Victor 20. This is Victor 10. I had a tough time getting this one. This is a Victor 10. A lot of these guys, Milligan, Victors, Tinker, they made one slingshot big, and then they decided to make a smaller one later on because they were getting people asking, how about a smaller one? How about a smaller one? So this is a Victor 10, their smaller one. This is the Victor 20, the big one. That's an unwrapped one. That's the original colors. I put matchsticks in here because I didn't have the retainers. That's a little original Victor 20 ammunition. This is a Victor 20 that's wrapped in the bag, sealed, never touched. Love that. Here's the Whammo part. I got to get me another plain Whammo. I got the boxes, but I've given the other Whammos away that I had. But these are, you see these on eBay all the time. Famous, the most famous slingshot ever. I got an original band assembly, original ammo. I got more original bands wrapped up in a ton of plastic in here. Gary's insane. And this is a Whammo on a card, totally sealed up, never used. And kind of fun to find one of them. Sometimes you'll find them with the tears. Sometimes you'll find them with the strap twisted around. The strap they first did it like this, and then afterwards they twisted this, turned it around, and seen on the handle. So if you see one out there with the bands on the other side, it means it was open. So it has to be like this, totally sealed. All the ammo got to be in there. Then you know it wasn't open. Great slingshot right here. My bowler from 1965, I think I bought this. Look at the package on it. What a slingshot, man. This was the thing for my